Hello and welcome to episode 32 of our Timberborn Update 5 Waterbeavers playthrough here in cycle 33, day 20. And last time we got a whole bunch of stuff done. We're going to continue most of that today and try to get this area up here fully operating, as it should, with the help of a couple more storage and production buildings up here. We do have, finally, the water cannon working. It is blasting some water up here, and then we're just going to end up probably manually toggling it on and off, depending on how stuff works. For right now, it's fine, because this pool is just about full. We have 5.3 days left in this drought, so by the time this gets deep enough to actually shoot water up here, it probably is going to need some. But the big thing that we've been trying to work toward for the last little while is to build the ENS right here, our Advanced Research Building. And for us to do that, we've got to put in one more platform here, and I believe that's probably it. We didn't quite get there last time. Jeez, this thing takes up the whole whatever. But we'll rotate this guy right in like so, and that is where that is going to be, right there at the tip of that little cliff area. I think that looks pretty cool. So they're going to get to work building this. We spent quite some time assembling an incredibly compact library set, as well as all of the other materials that go into this. We should be most of the way there. We have to make some more metal blocks and a few more metal fasteners. But, okay, well, the planks are going to be a big one for 500 of those, but we need to get this thing going anyway, so we'll let them do that. And we have to pick a recipe to go through. I think probably it needs to be agronomy or the metallurgy. And to tell you why, we take a look at these advanced buildings. The hauling tower, which is cool, because you can put 50 beavers in there to work as haulers, requires these giant logs. And if you've played the Waterbeavers before, if you watched our previous series, you know that those come from the giant sequoia trees. And those have to be planted by the tree nursery, which requires all sorts of other fun stuff. And then we have, I don't remember where it is in here, but there's giant sequoia fellers. Here it is. Yeah, these guys, they have to cut down the giant trees, and you have to have certain places to plant the trees, and you have to have, it's a whole thing. So that requires the agronomy whatever. Oh, no, it doesn't anymore. That was a thing in the previous version of the game. I stand thoroughly corrected. We have to have the exotic seeds, which come from the balloon trader. I believe it is, yeah, the folktales will get us that. And to get that, we have to have, wait, what in the world? Sky exploration. Oh, okay, that's the scouting balloon. Okay. Again, this has all changed since the first time we played this. So that's why that was a thing, I suppose. But there's all sorts of other stuff. We've got a nuclear power plant in here, right? Like, come on. There's so much stuff to get done. This right here has the PhD in nuclear physics. This, of course, PhD in nuclear physics. I'm pretty sure that's what all these are. And this one requires 2 of those. Overdrive nuclear reactors and so on and so forth. Nuclear levies. It's an insane amount of stuff to try and get done here. The centrifuge, of course, is the same kind of thing as what we have in the vanilla game, but it requires the giant sequoia logs. It's actually a slightly different building design. I can't really show too much stuff because this thing takes up so much of the screen. But suffice to say, there's so much stuff we can get into. A lot of this is just going to require an immense amount of research. And also we have, look at this abyss exploration stuff. Like, there's just so much of this. Like what is this? Glowing fluid? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I want to know what that is. Ruins exploration. I think that's one of these. Yeah, that's the elevator to the abyss. This was human relics. There's so much stuff. And we have right here the high temperature foundry. This I'm pretty sure is the metallurgy. Yep. So if we want to have this to make our glass and our silicon metal ingots and 100 scrap metal at a time with slightly less coal and more methane, we have to have the masters of metallurgy. Well, now, you know what? I think this is probably the one we want to go for. I thought the agronomy was going to be for sure because we had to make the giant trees, but if that's no longer the case, then that's no longer the case. But we also have all this other stuff. The wine cellar, of course, is going to require the bachelor's in agronomy. The greenhouse doesn't. You know, I actually probably should have built one of those already. But, yeah, the wine cellar certainly has... Wait, that's a farmhouse and I just clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, the wine cellar requires that, and so does the GMO growing lab. There's various things that we could put that to use for. So, you know, I'm actually not sure. Okay, the glowing fluid we're not going to have for a while. I think we're going to want to do the metallurgy. So we'll go ahead and get that thing going. And, of course, once the building is constructed, it's going to tell us everything it needs to research that, or we could just, you know, look it up right here. This being metallurgy. 200 pencil sets, yeah, surprise, surprise. The paper, scrap metal, quartz. We have all of this, not in these quantities, but we do have all of this. So that'll be fine. We just have to make sure we're continuing to accrue items. But that, hopefully, I'm very hopeful that they can get that finished today. That would be really nice. Let's get this on turbo speed and move on to do some of the rest of this stuff. Now that the library is no longer beholden to make all of these library books, we can focus on either making a bunch of science to finally start unlocking other stuff people have been begging me to do that we cannot do yet, or we could start making a nursing license, which, I mean, we've got injured beavers, but it doesn't really seem to do that much. And we have a bunch of beavers who aren't working, so not really being incentivized by the game very hard to approach the path of healthcare. But I suppose we probably need to get into that at some point anyway. But for right now, it is what it is. Now, with regard to everything else we're trying to do, we probably want to keep making these lotuses, but we have all this space down here that is currently growing rice. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think that's a waste of space, especially down here where it's a little bit more valuable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually completely unplant all of the rice from the downstairs. And they'll harvest it because, remember, we have all this and they're still not getting all of this brought up. So we really don't need to worry about it. And there's rice here as well that, you know, probably isn't going to stay there forever because we have to make this dam taller to get more water taken care of. Let's just make a quick check that these are all pumping. We didn't do this yet. I made a mistake. That's never happened. But we will go ahead and we will, I didn't need to pause the game to do this, but we'll get these guys going here. And part of the reason why we're going to get rid of the rice is, one, we don't really need it, and two, if I get rid of the rice, I can blast this down, especially under where the pumps are, one entire level, and we'll be able to have a lot more stored up for the droughts, so we don't have to worry about stuff as much. So, I just think it's a much, much better idea to do that than what we have been doing, and we really need to make that happen. So, now that we have science, let's take a look at unlocking the engine. Finally, we have 500 science to do this. This, of course, burns methane to make power, which we desperately need. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this. And this is a cool building. Oh, I guess this is just about to be out of water, huh? Okay, well, it is what it is. But the engine's a cool building because it's not like the other one, right? In the main game. It's a lopsided, weird, ugly, stupid building that I hate very much, except it's useful, so I guess I don't hate it that much. But this is cool, because you can just put this in the middle of a dam, and it'll fit pretty much anywhere. Like, remember, over here, I know it always does this weird thing where if I hold down Shift, it scrolls through the hotbars, like, well, it's supposed to do that, it's a design thing. Okay, yeah, cool, but it still confuses me. But I digress. This would probably be a great place for this, if we didn't already have this set up here. We're going to have to reconstruct stuff as time goes by, but we're going to want to move toward generating power in different areas. And I think the engine is going to be the best possible way to do that because we're making a bunch of methane, and we can make more if we want to. We're not really trapped in any of that. So what I'm going to propose we do is try to think of a way and a place. Oh, hey, I forgot we were doing this too. Blasting this out for our giant water tank. Gotta make sure we're keeping ourselves involved as possible here. I think, what was I gonna... Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this the easy way by just blasting this up instead of trying to figure out all this other garbage, but there is a lot that needs to get done. So, since it's not bad tide nasty time over here, we can actually, if we are going to be careful with how we do stuff here, I have a pathway coming this way, but I can't really do too much about that. I think in the long run it's going to be beneficial for us to blast this out so we can have this water wheel go all the way across here on this other thing. But I don't know, it's like a combination of, hey, we really need to do this, and hey, we really can't do this because of the absolutely insane restrictions this mod places on building things that need power. So, if you're wondering why it has taken until episode 32 to build the research building, it's hard. Look, you gotta trust me when I tell you that it's hard, because it is. That's just the way it goes. So we'll let them continue with that. Eventually, yes, I would like to redo this, but we cannot produce dynamite in a large enough quantity to really make that a viable thing. What we should do is come down here, install an engine in line here. Oh, this is actually not going to let me put that pathway there, is it? But we need to have something connecting all this mess, and it can either go here, which actually would be a pretty perfect spot for it, or it can go somewhere else. And I know this has to be blasted out, and this is going to be what 12 pieces of dynamite to get this completely taken care of. I don't know. It's, again, it is a monumental undertaking trying to fit buildings in to the very limited amount of space that we have access to here. It's just a thing, man. It's a very, very hard mod. But the good news is the ENS is getting pretty far along. The problem now is going to be planks, which part of what I've been trying to do is find a place where I can put stuff to make more planks. But it's not always that easy. It is hard. Somewhere out there someone's saying, stop complaining about making excuses and just solve your problems immediately, because that's how life works. That's not how life works. It's certainly not how this mod works. So we're just going to take it a step at a time. I need somewhere to put something, like anything. Like, if this was not here, this would be so much easier. I guess if you know what? I'm going to, no, we'll just... Because we can build right across this way and get to the second floor there, probably no problem. I've got to put an engine here. We absolutely have to have an engine so we can, you know, make power. But that will get us into here. You know what? That's actually not that bad of a deal to pop that right there. I just need to be able to get these guys into a specific place. I guess if I extend this... Yeah, because we're going to want another way to get down here. I suppose, see, the problem with doing the ladders is they use a lot of metal, and I need the metal. I don't really have any other way of doing that. I mean, I could do spiral staircases. I've been avoiding unlocking stuff that requires science for so long because it's been so expensive that it's just really, it's really hard. Really, really hard. Wait, does that go the opposite direction? It does. Why? That goes up to the right, and that goes up to the left. Does a spiral staircase have to be built around something else, or does this just have... See, that goes... I feel like that's the, No, this is like the medieval castle stereotypical spiral staircase because, you want the defenders to be able to use their right hand to attack with weapons. Whereas if someone is approaching from below, and assuming they're right-handed, which the vast majority of people would be, at least at that time, it would have been very hard for attackers to come up the stairs and, you know, swing with the right hand because there's a pillar in the middle. Completely irrelevant. Or, if you're left-handed, you build it like this. But then it's... Okay, alright, I need to stop theory crafting about things that don't matter. This engine is going to help us to run the paper mill all the time, which is desperately needed. And we need to have more than one of these, but I can't really build another one over here without causing water flow issues. So that's going to be another thing we've got to figure out. But this is going to be a huge, huge improvement for us having this here. The paper mill is something that works as a levee, so it does have to be put in a place where it is on solid ground. Or on top of another watertight building. The other unfortunate thing is, of course, the power input is at the very top, which means shenanigans are going to have to occur to get actual power into the building, like you see here. And then the beaver washing machine, of course, is what it is, and it just has to stay there. So, we also have the fun of being completely out of drinking water because we've been, you know, dumping it up here. I probably should go ahead and just pause these three so we don't ever do that. We really need to get these guys. See, isn't it good that we moved the lotuses up here? Because now I can just leave this pumping constantly. Now we're going to run into a problem because I need 26 more metal blocks to make the ENS. But I also really need to rebuild these water pumping areas, and then this large farmhouse actually can go away. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it right now, so we don't have to worry about it later. But there's different stuff in here that we can pick up. But the primary reason this was here was to plant lotuses, and we don't need that. We have this farmhouse right here that can take care of this rice, which probably also doesn't need to be here. If anything, I should move it up here. But everything takes time, especially when you're doing this. So, this is still open because this is clean water, and it will flow in very nicely here, just like it is up here, and we have plenty of opportunity to make the most of all of that. I kind of want to redo a bunch of this just because this is a really difficult setup here. But at some point we're going to need to get on that bad water train with these bad water pumps and small bad water pumps. I've just got to be able to actually build one of these that's not going to kill my beavers. So I think the best way to do that is going to be to end up making some sort of a little cove here that we can then shove the entrance, because like remember how this works. The entrance obviously can't be under bad water, but that propeller thing does have to be. So what you do is you put this down low enough and then build something else on top of obviously I can't place this right now, but I want to move my mouse around while this is in one spot, so that's why I did that. You have to put a building on top of this, which is going to act as part of a dam, and there's a bunch of different things we could do to do that. But for that to be a viable thing, we're going to have to blast a little bit more out this way, and you know, that's probably something I should have done while there was a drought, so this wasn't covered up. But we got tons of stuff to do, so we don't really need to worry about it. This medium mine should probably not be set to coal, because we have a shortage of... Well, actually, we have a shortage of just about everything, but not coal. So I'm going to stick this on iron for the time being, because we have 1100 coal and no iron, and we need iron to make a whole bunch of stuff. So that is what it is. People have been leaving comments about this one mini crappy warehouse and not having anything selected for it for a really long time. So I believe I'll just make them for quartz. Why not? Just so it has somewhere to go. So I know we have... Oh, we're not actually mining quartz. So you know what? Let's not do that. Oh, never mind. They put quartz there. So I guess that's fine. We have water back here now. The pumping has begun. Everything is looking better. This, of course, still missing a large quantity of materials. The engine not being completed yet because guess what? It needs planks. So let's make that a top priority thing. And then our paper mill, of course, is going to operate a lot better when it actually has power going into it. These were, I'm pretty sure, only outputting about 70-something HP. And this building needs 100. But if this is here, this is 300. That's a lot of methane. Unfortunately, the tank for the methane storage, the gas tank, actually, no, it's only 120 science, but it's 70 metal. That's the problem. The 70 metal is a huge issue. That is, it's going to take a really long time. But it doesn't have to take a terribly long time if we're smart about how we optimize things. Which, I know, you are rolling your eyes now because you've seen all of these videos and you understand that that's not what's going to happen here. But we're going to do our best anyway. We've already prioritized everything. We have the materials. It's just that the factory takes 2 hours to make 1 metal block. And you can't really speed that up. You can only build another factory, which we can do if we feel so inclined. But we have to be prepared to do it, which is going to mean making another anvil. And right now, the need of the metal blocks to finish these few projects we have going is greater than the need to make another anvil. But when we get to that point, we're going to want to do it because look at this. Look at all this stuff we could be making that we have to just keep, you know, doing little bits and pieces here and there. And it's only 200 HP. We're really not making tiny horsepower Haunted Preludes, Harry Potters, whatever you want to call these things. We're making 300 and we're using 360, so we really need to have more generation, which is why I wanted to put an engine up here. But you got to have somewhere to put it. And this is just really not set up very kindly for the purposes of power generation. It's just the way it is. So for us to really have any sort of success doing this, we'd have to stack an engine in this area. But I want to keep stacking the mechanized kitchen houses at some point. That doesn't necessarily mean I can't build anything else here. But that's going to require us to have these vertical power shafts, universal power shafts, which I guess we can now build because we have the science for it. But it's all just stuff that takes time to get done. I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm trying my best not to be just completely stupid, right? But I feel like I constantly need to justify what I'm doing because some of you apparently know a whole lot more about this game than I do, which is fine. But I don't want you to feel like I'm deliberately trying to waste your time. I'm doing my best without spending like eons doing like super detailed research note taking like we're going to do it at 53 minutes and 15 seconds in this episode. We're going to no. I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of person. I super am not. I'd much rather just have the authentic, hey, we're learning how to play the game, and this is how it's going, and if you want to help, you can help. I feel like that is a much more enjoyable type of content to make, and for me personally, it's a much more enjoyable type of content to watch. You are, of course, entitled to your own opinion, and I value you either way. But just please understand that I'm not deliberately trying to be stupid. It just happens. So what I need to do is I need to actually, you know what, we can maybe okay, I guess this doesn't really matter. Oh no, this is what we'll do. I'm gonna blast, okay, 2 more, a couple more of this, get that taken care of. And then, since this is here, and we're going to put the engine on top, I want to try and put a suspension bridge off the back of this. Oh, man, I knew that it's too good to be true. Okay, well, it was worth a shot, right? But now you got me curious here. I say you like you personally might have had something to do with this. Can we... This would be so stupid if this worked. Can we get away with... Okay, alright. Oh, hold on there a moment. Hold on there. Oh. Okay. Alright, I knew that wouldn't work, but let's see. Does this... Those of you who have seen Breaking Bad, you know exactly which scene I'm talking about when I use the phrase, I won. Well, I won. I outsmarted the game. Maybe. But I can't believe this works. This is so stupid. Oh, geez. Okay. So, yeah, that solves a big problem. Doing that kind of nonsense right there. But we'll, I can't believe I got away with that. Oh, boy, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll get that across. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. What a tremendous victory for stupidity right here. But oh boy, I hope I didn't clip the microphone laughing at that. I got it turned up because people were saying that stuff was a little too quiet. So hopefully that's helping. I don't know. I compressed the snot out of this audio anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. But oh man, I'm excited for that. Okay, this engine is now going to be able to produce some power. And to make more of the... I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. This is so stupid. Oh my god, man. Okay. So, we are getting a lot closer than I thought. We need 12 metal blocks. And the planks will come when they come. That's just the way it goes. But we can go ahead and trim our little bridges here. We are filling... And it's actually more full than I thought it would be. We can, if we feel so inclined, to take advantage of this being constantly on, we could put some water pumps up here. It's basically the same thing as just pumping from down here, but with extra steps. I don't know that that would really be the right thing to do. Probably should be more in favor of just, you know, having this paused. But we'll do what we have to do when we get around to it. Did I unplant all the stuff I did? They're still picking up pieces. Oh, wait, what? Why are these all... You know what? I never even noticed how these were randomized. Yeah, they're like slightly, they're slightly rotated weirdly depending on... That's actually really cool. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, in between... laughing because I outsmarted a game that probably didn't know it was being outsmarted. I'm trying to lower the depth here, or I guess raise the depth, but lower the terrain height, just so we can continue pumping when we need to continue pumping. So this is going to be, it's going to be a whole process. We're going to have to do this in chunks, and while we're waiting for these dynamites to get exploded, I guess they can't really pump much. But that stuff will all come in due time. Yes, sirree. We just need 138 planks, and once this is actually going, which it is, look at that, beautiful. This can run at full speed. And look, it makes 5 sheets of paper. This isn't making planks. What in the world am I talking about? Well, I needed the paper anyway, but that's... Oh, geez, I made a fool out of myself doing that. Roast me in the comments below. I'm an adult. I can take it. I'm a grown man. I'm 40. Well, I'm not 40. And I'm also not a football coach. But, long gnawing station. Where is the... Why do I always forget what these things are? I don't know, I feel like a lot of these references I'm making are going to fall upon deaf ears for the people who have not grown up in American sports culture. But that's fine. I value you anyway. The I'm a man, I'm 40 thing, I believe, was it a... I'll actually look this up so I don't sound like stupid, but I'm pretty sure that was Mike Gundy, who's currently the coach at Oklahoma State University. It is. Yes. It was Mike Gundy. Anyway, but like I guess like people were like making fun of his players or like being mean or whatever, and it was like, no, you're gonna criticize him, criticize me because I'm the coach and I'm in charge. I'm a man. I'm 40 or whatever the thing was. I'm not gonna post the video of it because I'll probably get copyright claimed by some like news station in the middle of nowhere. But suffice to say, completely pointless detour that probably none of you care about, but I thought it was funny, so that's the way it goes. You don't get this kind of garbage anywhere else, so I'm glad you chose to indulge my madness a little bit. But now, did I seriously? Oh, I'm stupid. Spend less time talking about memes and more time thinking about how to do math correctly. Yes, okay. I forgot this one wasn't all the way down. Okay, all right, that's going to be a... Yeah, that's going to have to be another one of these platforms here. What are we... Oh, of course, this needs metal blocks for the skewer platform. The rest of this is just planks and logs. But the engine is going to go here, and then the vertical power shaft is going to go right here, which I guess I should go ahead and research. Straight to vertical is only 50 science. So what this thing does is it has a little jog right there. But the problem... Actually, I did the wrong one. I needed to have a universal, which is 500 science. It's a lot of science, but this needs to be a universal so I can have this connect. We'll go ahead and just pop that in there. And then for this specific instance, this one, the vertical to straight has to be right here. But we might end up... Yeah, for right now, this is fine. That'll work to get that built. I can't get rid of these stairs yet because I have to place this explosive here, which actually... Oh, well, it's not done. Well, we'll get that done anyhow. Cool. So where's my sawmill, and why am I stupid for not... Oh, I know why I'm stupid for doing that. This guy, the rudimentary sawmill, is currently operating on 13 HP. No, absolutely not. We need to fix that immediately. Where is... Why can't I... Okay, it's got the blade. This is going to have to go... Oh, this is huge. Where am I going to put this? I guess the easiest way to do this is probably to... Oh, this isn't doing anything anyway. Goodbye. Architect's Lodge of Misery. Just pop this guy. I know this is backwards. I know it's backwards. It's going to be okay. I've got to hook this up somehow. So this space is empty. What is this? Cabbages. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Yeah, let's put this... I'm creating like the world's ugliest garbage right here, but I don't care. This, friends, is going to actually be a viable thing for us to do. I realize now at this point you may want to criticize me for making things that are ugly, and I want to let you know that your feelings are valid and I support you. Because it is ugly. And I don't really make great decisions when it comes to building things, but we are at the very least going to have a fun time doing it. Now I think storage pile, yeah, that'll take the crude saw blades that we want. We also, of course, since this is a sawmill, we'll need to have storage for some other stuff. Like the logs, which we can easily do right here. Just pop that guy right there. And then thanks to the 2x2 medium piles, we have the ability to go ahead and actually, let's flip this guy right here and turn him into some planks. Because then I can put some other storage here if I want to. But this is going to be a huge, huge improvement, just having this stupid thing right here. Because that's the way it goes. So this is done, and then I can finally put in the giant buried tank. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this, of course, is going to be for water. And then this one can get turned into more storage for sunflower oil or possibly kimchi. And by possibly, I mean definitely. Yeah, but this is going to take a lot of time to get built too because it needs, guess what? More metal blocks. But the good news, well, not really bad news, it's just annoying that it takes a lot of time to get stuff built, is that I can start putting the engine in here once this... Wait, what do you mean? Oh, the stairs are in the way. Derp. Yeah, there we go. So, I will need to make sure I have the path here. There we go. Look at this. Look at this, folks. We are... we are somehow stumbling our way to success, finding all this weird nonsense to do. How are we looking at the ENS? All right, it's the plank show now. We just need 98. 98. That's a good number. And we'll be all set, ready to go. Okay, this is about to overflow. Let's pause. Just so we don't have flooding on our hands. Yeah, see, there we go. It's already... It's kind of flowing back down. I guess that works. But we have... Oh, the lotuses are all dead. Oh, I'm mad now. Oh, boy. Oh, come on, man. Oh, we tried so hard. We tried so hard, in the end it didn't even matter. Because it all died. That is... You know what I love about doing this series? Is that every time I think I've made some sort of groundbreaking personal achievement, or I've gotten one over on the game, it reminds me of just how good it feels to be drowned in your own hubris. What an amazing game. Okay. Well, this... it's fine. It's fine. Do I have... oh, the deep water pump doesn't actually need the metal. It needs the scrap metal. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I don't even care. I'm going to put a deep water pump in here. And we're going to pump some out of this thing right here. Almost used bad words. But no, we have young, impressionable people watching with their parents, and I appreciate all of you. So we're going to use the correct language. Deep water pump up here, if for no other reason than to prevent this atrocity from occurring again. And also because we have this giant buried tank that currently has never had any water in it. And we're on day 9, and we only have like 70-something water. That's not acceptable. We can't let that happen. So, this is in place. Now I can put an engine in. And this is also going to help us during droughts, keep things rolling. It's just a good idea all around that we, for some reason, hadn't done yet. The one kind of bad thing about this is it's going to cause it to be kind of an ordeal to get around up here. I guess maybe not. So I can just... No, I'll just do this. But this will allow us now to double stack another factory on top of here. Which we need to make an anvil, but we also have an incredible need to make things with the metal that we have to make with this factory instead of making an anvil. So I don't think we can do that quite yet. But at the very least, we've got a lot of paper. And we've got a rudimentary sawmill that now just needs planks. Which I guess I can go ahead and super prioritize. But then that can get to work. And that's a big help. That's a very big help. Now let's check. Because I made a stupid decision to blast this out and then forgot to do it. And then that caused us a whole lot of problems. I think we have one more dynamite that can go in here. But I'm not going to wait. Because nobody's down here. I'm just going to set this off so these guys can get back to pumping, because we really, really need them to do that. Yeah, so the idea is that eventually we want to double the depth of this entire thing. Make sure everything is connected. Obviously, it's a little easier said than done. It's definitely a process. But we'll be okay. We'll get there. We just have to, you know, just got to do it. And maybe not make as many excuses along the way. Just shut up and do it. I know. But sometimes it is easier said than done. But at least we're pumping all the correct stuff now, and that's gonna be good. Okay, we're 93 planks. This sawmill needs to be done expeditiously. Alright. Because I think the rest of the planks are going to build all this other garbage that I've forced them to do. Oh no, this needs 150? I completely forgot. That is a big quantity of planks that we don't have. Man, that is, that's going to take a long time. But when we get this done, it's going to be quick. Faster. It is, it's It's going to be a whole thing. And this is waiting on, yep, planks, to absolutely no one's surprise. But, you know, it's looking up, folks. It is very, very possible that we are going to be able to have some well-deserved, hard-fought success before too long. Just got to keep our wits about us here. So, this is now the correct height, water-wise. We're not going to pump any more of this up here. Man, that is just such a shame that all these lotuses just died like this. I know all this space, we're going to have to do something with it. I keep jumping around all sorts of different stuff. But for the most part, I've kind of accomplished just about everything I wanted to do in this episode, short of having the ENS finished. But once that sawmill's up, it's not going to take that long to do it. Someone just has to come and finish this, and then we'll have these guys just busting their tails off, trying to get this whole thing going here. Yeah, finish that. Yeah, every hour, 2 planks. So that would be 50 in-game hours, assuming it never turns off, which I'm pretty sure it would turn off. It would turn off. Of course, the high power shaft needs planks. Talk about a comedy of errors, but that's going to work. What else is using the planks that I do not need to build at this exact moment in time? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I already prioritized it, but the giant buried tank, as much as I hate to say it, I think we're going to have to deprioritize the construction of this bad boy. Because if we want to have the ENS finished, we really need to make sure this thing is getting the planks. So we will leave that as it is. Come and check on... Oh, look at all this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at all these bombs in the ground here. Hopefully nobody walks through them like idiots. Yes, sirree. That's what I like to see. And I should have 2 more here. Yep. We're going to have to kind of redo this whole bit right here because everything's on platforms. But that won't be too hard. I just want to make sure that some of this, at the very least, is connected. This staircase is going to be replaced with a dynamite. And then we'll put in another platform and something to go on top of that. Just got to do what we got to do. Now, the fun part about under here is that I'm telling you, everything is on a platform. So a lot of this probably is fine. We actually would only need to remove this one medium tank. And then the rest of it is just platforms that we can remove. Because this is going to need to get blasted here. I'm not going to worry about deepening this entire channel, but I do want to have at least one continuous 2 deep pretty much everywhere. So that is going to be fine here. You know what, actually, because we have... These tanks are all empty anyway. Why don't we just take the opportunity to kind of, you know, cleanse the river here? Remove some of this nonsense and just do what we can do. This, strictly speaking, does not have to be accessible to cross right here. This is going to block off the mushroom grower until we have this replaced. But, you know, I think it's going to be fine. We have enough. We have 12. Oh, there's a path on this. I forgot. This is update 5, and you can't place dynamite on paths. So that should, if they can place... I forgot that this one also has to go. If we can place these down and get this connected, then we can rebuild a decent bit of this. Or at least have some sort of an access method right here. I don't think that's going to be too difficult. We'll just use our double high platforms that we also have access to and make that work. Did we build our sawmill yet? Yes, we did, but it's not... Oh, wait, what? It's not... Oh! Ha! The stairs require planks. Of course they do. Okay. Yep, I see how it goes. Alright, so that... Dynamite. So that should now be connected. I believe. We'll get this... Oh, please don't flood. I know it's going to, but... Now this is continuous from here all the way out to here, minus this one that... Oh, they can't reach it. Well, who's the genius that did that? Spoiler alert, it was me. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here. And... Oh, that's getting rid of the... those can go away. They're not filled. Clean up our river here. The reason I'm okay getting rid of those pit tanks is because I would really like to replace all these small tanks with a couple of larger ones. And probably redo this area a little bit. Maybe put a pit tank or two over here and then just have a bunch of these guys. See what it is that we need to get taken care of here. But I think that is going to be a future thing. For now, I'm going to... Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. That's 2. That's 2. I'm just going to promote them to do this. And we'll put a staircase down here so we can still access stuff. Yeah, that's why that hadn't been a thing yet. But we do need to, at least for right now, we need to put those 2 platforms back in so we can get access to our mushrooms. I'm not worried about these tanks being whatever they are or are not. That is not my concern. I really wish this this was finished because I think this is objectively one of the most hilarious things I've done to build through this. I'm sure this probably wasn't an intended thing that you could do, but we did it anyway. Sometimes it's fun to just, you know, do stuff like that. Get one over on the game. 16 planks remain for us to get our ENS finished and operating. This is still not gone down a significant enough level for me to turn this back on. So that's fine. Oh, this was drying up. That's a problem. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because there was so little water here. But, okay. Yeah, we're going to have a problem where we need to have another one of these Blastoise things down in the water. I can't ever remember what these things are called. The water cannons. And the whole reason I didn't build this was because I didn't think I could generate power for it. But now that we have the engines, it's not completely outside the realm of possibility for this to get done. It's just going to take some time. And now we have, of course, we have the green peas dying because I didn't keep this fully irrigated. This needs to be prioritized by haulers. That's probably what the problem is. Yeah, I need to make sure this rice doesn't die. I really need to make sure this rice doesn't die because it's this and this is pretty much the only rice we have. How are our... This still isn't... Seriously? Oh, do they haven't... Yep, they haven't built the stairs because the stairs require planks. Oh, if we ever want this to get done, we have to have the... We gotta have the stairs. I know. The thing that makes the planks can't exist because it doesn't have planks. It's like you ever gone to buy a pair of scissors at the store and they come attached to a card, but the handles on the scissor, like the 2 different handles, are zip tied together? How are you supposed to open your scissors without another pair of scissors? If you're buying a pair of scissors because you need scissors to open something, but then to open the scissors you have to use to open something, you need another pair of scissors, what's the point? It's stupid. Like, oh, they zip tie it so the kids can't cut themselves. Well, don't be dumb. Don't cut yourself on scissors. They're scissors. They're sharp. You learn this in kindergarten. They give you the safety scissors so you can't stab people. Anyway, if you're a packaging designer and you zip tie the scissors closed together in a way that cannot be undone without cutting with another pair of scissors or a knife, I have some questions for you. I think you can guess what those questions are, but I've always wondered why they would do that. It just never makes any sense. I need to do something about this. We haven't. Oh, it's done and I missed it. Okay, because I was talking about scissors. Well, that's pretty on brand. At any rate, the ENS is complete and now it's actually connected. And we've got 10 beavers working in there on the Masters in Metallurgy, and boy, do they need a bunch of stuff. And it's going to take a long time to get there. And I think the methane situation might actually be a little bit suspect right now. Where's all the barrels I was using to make methane? Because these are making... I always want to call that Fago. It's kimchi. Jeez, I got something wrong with me. This is making half-fermented sake. This is making... Okay. These are making methane. All of these are... Why are these not prioritized? Well, actually, no. Why did I not build a fermentation house is a better question. That needs to be here. And you know what? You know what? There's nothing here anyway. I said, I don't want to delete any of the berries. Well... I don't think it matters to delete 2 of them to put a fermentation house so I can make methane. So this needs to be doing something else. And we got a drought in 3 days. Okay, shoot, we only have 2,200 water. We're so screwed. It's fine. Get that thing out of here. All right, fermentation house. Making a methane in the fermentation. Oh, yes, it needs planks. It needs planks. Of course it needs planks. Well, this is working. And we shouldn't have to worry about too much for that. This is... It's a process. This all... Everything needs the planks! It's all planks. It's planks all the way down. Put some more Fago in that thing. Yeah, folks, I think we're at the point now where we need to go ahead and call it for today. Pick this back up on Sunday. But we got so much good stuff done. So much good stuff done. The ENS is finished, and it is in the process of gathering materials for the Masters of Metallurgy. I killed my lotuses, brought them back. We are very, very precariously positioned on water supply, but we have deepened part of this to 2 blocks deep. It'll hold a little bit more water. But again, we need planks to put the stairs in place. So that's going to have to wait, unfortunately. But we're making very good incremental progress. We're getting there. We're going to get there. We just have to be a little bit patient and figure out the rest of the stuff as it comes. But I'm very excited that we finally have engines and all of this other stuff taken care of. I really appreciate the support. This series has been fantastic, especially considering we're on episode 32 and we haven't gotten nearly as much done as we did in the previous series by episode 20. 25 maybe. It's been a lot to keep up with, a lot of stuff to fix in this one, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. But you guys have stuck with me through it, and I really appreciate it. Beard Boosters as well. All of that fantastic support is directly responsible for us being able to continue doing these series extremely long and dozens and dozens of episodes. We got a lot left in this one, folks. At least, I would imagine, another 10, probably maybe 15. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do 50 episodes of this Waterbeavers right here, but I really want to get this in-game stuff. We didn't get there. And I don't know when the Update 6 Waterbeavers is going to be finished. I know work is steadily progressing on it, but there's a whole lot that's got to get done because of the way that the mod stuff got changed. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see whatever happens. We are going to play Update 6 Waterbeavers when it becomes a thing. But for right now, it's not ready yet. So we're going to keep on going with this. But I'm going to let you guys do what you have to do the rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun, and we will see you back again soon for more Waterbeaver shenanigans. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.